Hello, it is Monday. It's a new weekly reading vlog. I have some really good updates for you. So yesterday, I'm just going to say now, if you can hear coughing in the background, both my mum and dad have still got coughs. We're all not doing great in this house. Them worse than me. So I'm just going to talk over the coughing, because otherwise I won't be able to do this vlog clip. It's fine. I made them both hot honey and lemon today. So yesterday I decided to have a chill day, and I was wholly planning on not reading an entire book. I was just going to edit, and I did edit. I used my sprints to edit. Editing didn't take as long as I thought it would, and I ended up reading a book. It was a novella, but I read Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. Now, if you know what this book is, you might be thinking, Becca, why did you read this? This is not your sort of book. Yeah, it's a horror. I was intrigued because it was sapphic, and I've read a book by Delilah S. Dawson before because I have read a Star Wars book, which is Inquisitor Rise of the Red Blade, which I absolutely loved. I loved the writing style. It was great. So I was like, oh, I kind of want to give this author a go with something else. So I read Bloom. Now I will say, whilst this is not my type of book, this is a horror, and the type of horror is not my sort of thing. However, that being said, this ended up being a 5-star. It only just got a 5-star. There was a bit, if you've got emetophobia, like I have, there's a whole chapter you're going to need to skip through. I was listening to the audiobook mostly. I did have the ebook, but I was mostly listening to the audiobook. And a scene starts happening, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to skip like 15 seconds ahead. Oh no, let me just skip a little bit more ahead. Oh no, just let me skip it ended up being nearly a whole chapter, I think. So yeah, just be wary of that. This very much reminded me of a film I've seen. I don't want to say, and not in a, it was copying the film way, just it had similar vibes. I'm not going to say what the film is because I don't want to spoil what this is about. And the thing is, I do have a fair few horror films that I have actually seen, so that shouldn't spoil anything. If I'd only ever seen like one horror film, that would spoil things, but I've seen a few. I just don't really like them much. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was so well done, and I was on the edge of my seat because I had no idea what direction it was going in, and then it clicked. At some point it clicked and I was like, oh no. But this was great. I fully have said to both Ash and Jem, they both need to read this because this is something they would like. This is the sort of book that these people would like. They should go read this. But yeah, I am pleasantly surprised that I actually really ended up enjoying this. So far, we're at 2 5-stars and a 4-star for January. And then today I started 2 buddy reads. Now, you might know, I'm going to try something. So usually, if I have buddy reads, even if I only have 1 buddy read, 2 buddy reads, however many buddy reads on at one go, I will have those set pages, and then I will also try and read another book on the side. I'm not going to do that with this. So today I've started 2 buddy reads, and I'm going to try, I'm not promising that this will happen. I'm going to be editing this on Sunday. I'm like, oh, you didn't stick to this. I am going to try to not pick up another book this week other than these 2 buddy reads. One of these buddy reads is going to be going until like the following week, so this one won't count. But while I've got 2 buddy reads on the go, so one of them I will finish on Saturday. So as of Sunday, I'm allowed to pick up another book. We'll see. But I started my buddy read with Kelly of Assassin's Fate. We've read the first like 60 pages and I'm already so invested again. I'm so glad we didn't have to wait too long to start reading this after finishing Fool's Assassin last month. Absolutely not. Really enjoying being back in this world again after like 2 weeks. And then me and Ash started a buddy read for A Dark and Drowning Tide by Alison Saft. so we are going to be reading like a sapphic, buddy reading a sapphic book together each month. We did do it a fair amount last year, but then other things come up and we couldn't do it every month. But we're going to try and do a sapphic buddy read book each month. So we're starting off strong with The Dark and the Drowning Tide. Now I already, from page 1, literally within this amount of page 1 of this book, I'm already invested in these two, because this one is already so done with this one's antics and I am here for it. This is like a grumpy sunshine and I'm already invested, but also the actual magic and world and creatures, I'm already really invested. This is the type of romantic fantasy I want. I don't think this can be classed as romantasy, because I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much the romance side is going to be present in this book, but already the fantasy side, I'm here for it. I'm really enjoying it so far, and we're only 57 pages in. So yeah, but it is 8:43 and my brain was like, oh, I've got time to start another book. And then that's when I had the thought, oh no, you're not going to do another book. You're gonna do something else. So I've got a few bits I still need to make pretty in my 2024 planner. So I'm going to do that. And I am going to watch some Critical Role while I do it. And I'm excited. Oh, I need to know Paris. Damn it. So yeah, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Tuesday. I am tired, but it is only 6:20, so I'm not going to bed yet. But I'm not doing any more reading. I'm struggling. So, I'll explain why I'm struggling in a sec. So, read my buddy read pages of Assassin's Fate. Opening chapter of today's pages. Trigger, yay. It was vile. Robin Hobb knows how to write men, and that is accurately. The story though, I'm still enjoying. It's just little things like that, not a huge fan of, but I'm prepared for it in these books, so you know. And then I have done my buddy read pages for A Dark and Drowning Tide, and let me tell you, I am loving this. I'm enjoying it so much. Like, I read today's pages so quickly for someone who doesn't read physically only much anymore. But I read today's like 50-ish pages in my hour lunch break. Like, literally finished the chapter as it was time to go back to my laptop. That is good timing, my friends. But I'm really enjoying it. The thing has happened now, which is in the... It's in the blurb, but I'm not going to mention it in case you don't want to know. But the thing that is mentioned in the blurb, the big thing that happens that throws the expedition, like, not off course. That's the wrong word. Uncertainty has happened, and it's really interesting to see how things are starting to play out. So, very much enjoying this. My reason why I'm struggling is because I'm determined to not have a third book on the go, but I am struggling because it is 6:20 and well, now it's 6:25 and I've got so much time left before bedtime. And usually I would pick up a book. Like, we have watched the first episode of Skeleton Crew, but now my mum's going to watch some more Star Trek, and me and Ash are going to do some private reading sprints, just me and her. But the issue is I don't have anything to read, and I mean that in the sense that I've read my buddy read pages for my 2 books. So I'm like, just relax and just like watch Critical Role, which is all well and good, but I have an itch to read, but I don't want to like overdo it. I'm trying to like ease myself back like into the new year. Just see why I'm struggling. I'm not lasting till the end of this vlog without picking up a third book. That's all I'm saying. we'll see. But yeah, no, I'm gonna watch Critical Role because the episode I am currently on is one of their live episodes, and I started watching because I've caught up on my watch later for now until people upload. And I started watching my next episode of Critical Role, and it's a live episode, and they are all like fighting these things at the moment. So I kind of want to continue that episode. So I'm going to be kind to myself. I think if I can finish that episode and then maybe start another episode tonight, it's fine. I've got this. I don't need to read every second of the day. And this is the issue. Like, I know there's nothing wrong with me wanting to read, but I feel like I got myself into such a habit of doing nothing but reading. And that's why I didn't reach or get anywhere near reaching my goal of catching up on Critical Role. Because if I'd just read a little bit less last year, and don't get me wrong, I read 271 books. That's incredible. But I don't need to do that every year. I'm going to burn myself out. So I'm trying to force myself to get back into the habit of not spending every single second reading, because I'm going to burn myself out, and that's not good. So I'm trying to like force myself to do other things so I get into the habit of doing more than just one thing with my spare time. I'm not saying anyone else watching this that does that should do that. It's just me personally. I can feel a burnout coming, so I need to force myself to slow down. Anyway, bit of a ramble. I'm now going to go and set up YouTube to watch, and I think I'm just going to do my colouring app on my iPad. That sounds like a good plan. So I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Wednesday. I am going to make this quick. It's not super late, it's not even 10 p.m. yet, but I am in the office tomorrow for the first time since the 12th of December. So I'm going to try and have an early night. But I have some reading updates. So I read my buddy read pages of Assassin's Fate, and I'm going to be honest, I'm getting annoyed at the audiobook for one thing and one thing only. So the second series in this world is the live ship traders. Live ships. They're called live ships. So why is the narrator for this book calling them live ships? They're not live ships, they're live ships. They're live ships because they're alive. And it is bugging me. But I can't switch to just reading physically because I can't do these books physically. Absolutely not. But I am enjoying the story. It's getting frustrating in a way where something happens and you think, oh my god, is this it? Oh, so close. But like it's a good sort of frustrating, because I know eventually things are gonna like all come together, whether it's a good or bad situation. It's all gonna come together, so it's gonna be fine in that sense. But yeah, it's just like, god damn it, can they catch a break? No, because it's Robin Hobb. Why would she do that? Why would she help her characters out? And then I've read my buddy read pages for A Dark and Drowning Tide. I'm really enjoying the creatures and the magic in this. It is really interesting. Like, we just had a lindworm. And if you've read this, you'll know how, like, terrifying it is. But I really am enjoying the creatures mentioned. I hate how one of the characters is treated. I don't want to say too much on that because spoilers. But I feel like maybe it's part of the plot. I don't know how that is going to work out, but I'm enjoying this book. I'm enjoying getting background on each of the characters that are on this expedition. And I have suspicions on who I think the guilty person might be, but I don't want it to be that person, which means it probably is going to be that person. But I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying the like relationships, and yeah, I'm not going to say friendships because yeah, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm very happy with this. I also love how Grumpy and Sunshine this is, like, perfect. And then I have watched a little bit more Critical Role today, so I'm now about to start episode 75, which I'm really happy with. I kind of want to low-key try and get to episode 100 by my birthday. I don't know how possible that'll be, because that's like 25 episodes in less than 3 months, so we shall see. But me and my mum have also watched quite a few episodes of Skeleton Crew now. I think there's going to be 8 episodes altogether. We have now watched 4, and I'm really enjoying it. It's so much fun. Like, I like all the Star Wars stuff, and I know the newer stuff, especially Acolyte, has been doing so badly recently, but I really enjoyed Acolyte. I loved Ahsoka season 1. Shocking absolutely no one, because it's essentially Rebels season 5. But I really like this. It's fun, and I would die for Neil. If you don't know who Neil is, his name is spelled Neel, and he is adorable. He's just so cute. So yeah. Also, there's a sassy droid, and we love a sassy droid. So yeah, I'm having fun watching that. But yeah, I think the final episode is next week. So the issue is going to be, we're going to catch up and then we're going to have to wait for the final episode. But that's fine. We're doing quite well, because this means we've now, we powered through season 3 of What If, unfortunately. And then we're like powering through season 1 of Skeleton Crew, which means then we can get back to watching Supernatural. I'm just going to preface that by saying we are halfway through season 12, and I love Supernatural, but the current overarching like story arc I'm not enjoying, and I have spoiled myself on it deliberately to find out when this arc ends, and it doesn't end until halfway through season 13, and I don't want to watch it, but I feel like I can't skip it. So I feel like I just need to binge it and get it over and done with, but I don't want to. So maybe I'll binge to the end of season 12 and then give myself a break. Maybe watch some more of The Office, because it's a rewatch for my mum with Supernatural, whereas for me it's the first time, and with The Office it's the other way around. It's a rewatch for me and it's the first time for her, and we're going to be starting season 5, or we have started season 5 of The Office, I can't remember. But yeah, so I think once we've watched Skeleton Crew, we'll binge the rest of season 12 and then watch season 5 of The Office, and then go back to Supernatural. And hopefully when this arc ends, I'll start enjoying it again. So yeah, that is my update. I have been talking for a while. I'm now going to go because I want to FaceTime Ash and then go to bed, because I'm so tired. And also I'm cold, and I want to get under my duvet. I am under my blanket with my hot water bottle. I am freezing. My knees are killing me, which is going to be fun going into the office tomorrow. It's fine. I have a blanket in the office. I'm going to wrap it around my legs when I get into the office, once I've got my oat latte. But yeah, I'm babbling now. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Friday. I don't think I updated you yesterday. It was a really long day. I was in the office yesterday and it was loud. So I was exhausted by the time I got home, and then 2 of my nephews were here. And yeah, and then I just like had some downtime with watching Critical Role in the evening. But I did get buddy read pages of both my books read yesterday, so that's what I did yesterday. And then today I have read my buddy read pages of Assassin's Fate. Still really enjoying this, although there's one thing that's really like grinding mine and Kelly's gears about it, but I can't say what it is without spoiling. But like there's one thing that just keeps like, it's getting quite repetitive and it's getting really frustrating. But overall I'm still enjoying it. We are 300 pages in, so we've still got a while to go. And then I read my buddy read pages for Dark and Drowning Tide. I've taken the dust jacket off while I'm reading this because I'm reading this one physically, so it's just a bit easier. And I already slightly ripped one of the corners when I first bought this book, so I'm really annoyed and I'm trying to be more careful with it now, which is why I've taken it off. But we only have this much left to read tomorrow. I'm really enjoying this. I'm having so much fun. So much happened in today's pages, like, oh, it was so good. I actually don't know where this is, like how this is going to wrap up, but I'm excited to find out. And then I told you I wasn't going to make it to the end of the week, but I feel like in my defense, I didn't plan on starting another book tonight, but then I got an email from NetGalley to say I'd been approved for To You at the Altar, which is the 3rd book in the Tomes and Tea series, which if you don't know, I read books 1 and 2 the back end of last year. Favourite books, easily. And this is book 3. It comes out in March. And I got approved for it on NetGalley. So I kind of just started it tonight and read the first like 48 pages. And I'm already having the best time being back with these characters because I absolutely love them and I love the puns. I just love everything about this book. And I'm only 48 pages in. This series is just everything I want in a series. So yeah, I did not make it to the end of the week without starting another book outside of my buddy reads. And also I feel like, as well as breaking that rule, this also isn't on my TBR. But I'm trying to be kind to myself and just do what I want, because I want to be nicer to myself of reading this year, even if it means I read a little bit less. I want to read what I want to read. So when I got the email saying that I'd been approved, I was like, this is it. This is what I want to read right this second. So that's what I did. So yeah, the plan for tomorrow, I'll be finishing Dark and Drowning Tide and doing my buddy read pages for Assassin's Fate. And then if I have any more time to read, I will be reading To You at the Altar. And then Sunday will be Assassin's Fate and To You at the Altar if I don't finish it tomorrow. I don't think I'll finish it tomorrow. I don't think I have that much time to read. But yeah, so... But I also got through 2 episodes of Critical Role today as well, because work was very quiet. So I got through 2 episodes while I was working. So the next episode I've got to watch is 78, which I am quite impressed with, because I started this week on like episode 72 or 73, and one of those episodes was 5 hours long, so I'm impressed with myself. But I am very tired. It's like creeping up to midnight. This is like my latest night I've had in the last few days, so I am now going to go to bed and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Me and my mum caught up on Skeleton Crew, and we're now up to date, which is great, except it ended on a cliffhanger and the final episode, like the season finale, isn't until Wednesday. We may have made a grave error here. We should have waited till Tuesday to watch episode 7. But anyway, absolutely loving it. It's great. There was a whole thing in one of the episodes where I was like, this is a great message for kids. to make them understand something, and I don't want to say what because it might be seen as spoilery and I don't want to risk spoiling, but I really appreciated it, and I'm just like, yes, because this is very much, this series is very much like directed at the younger Star Wars viewers, because it's a bunch of kids that end up on this spaceship on their own with a sassy droid, and them trying to get back home. So it's very much directed at kids, and I am having the best time with it. I think it's one of my favourite Star Wars TV shows. It's so good. But anyway, I'm going to stop babbling now and go to bed. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Saturday. I'm going to try and make this update quick because I am so tired and I've got a headache. But reading updates, I have some really good ones. So I read my buddy read pages of Assassin's Fate. Still really enjoying this. I really don't know what else I can say about this because spoilers. So yeah. And then I finished A Dark and Drowning Tide. And this was a 5-star. I loved this. This was so good. And I really liked the ending and how it wrapped up and got to the ending. It was done really well, I think. And there was one thing that I was really hoping wouldn't happen, and I was correct. And that just made it even better. But I love them. They're great. Yes. And then moving on to other things that I love and that are great, I have read more of To You at the Altar. I did kind of want to finish this today, but I've just been so tired that I just couldn't focus properly. My eyes were just like not having it. So I am currently 36% through this. The puns are top tier. The characters are top tier. I'm loving every second of this. However, the annoying thing is this is about a wedding. To You at the Altar. That's not a spoiler. And reading this a month after getting engaged is making me just want to start planning a wedding. But we aren't ready to start planning a wedding yet. So I've got to deal with reading a book about a wedding and not being able to plan my own yet. And it's not helped by our TikTok algorithms and Facebook and Instagram, actually, just want to keep showing us wedding things. And I'm like, this is mean. But I'm loving this so much. Oh, but honestly, like, I know I've just said it, but the puns, they are beautiful. I, like, easily one of my favourite authors. Like, she's great. But that is my update. So I finished a book and I'm almost halfway through this chunk, and then almost halfway through this one. I kind of want to finish this tomorrow. I don't know if I will manage to, because I do need to film and do some editing tomorrow, so we'll see. But fingers crossed. But I am going to wrap up this vlog now. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.